Well, hey coaches, I've missed being with you all recently, and I'm glad to have a chance to get back and talk with you in this way. And before we get started, I want to share a little story with you. And that story is about a guy I've known almost all my life, a guy that I grew up with. And even as a little kid, I remember him being lively, just creative, curious, and loved to find out about people. Then in high school, he was the guy that people always came to when they needed to talk with somebody, when they had a problem or they needed some different perspective. And this continued on as he went to college and off into his early adult years. And you know, he loved helping people with their problems. You might say that he was a natural-born coach and counselor, even though he never thought of it that way. He just knew he liked people. He had this knack for listening and hearing things that people said, and then asking questions or giving back suggestions that would help them see things in a completely different way. And so when people talked with him, they always left feeling a lot better about themselves, feeling less burdened down by their problems, and just feeling like everything was going to be okay. But you know, this guy had a problem too. And the problem was that oftentimes after talking with other people, he didn't feel very good. He felt low energy or depressed. Sometimes he felt really tired or exhausted. And other times he just felt irritated or agitated and didn't know why. Didn't really understand at all what was going on. And so eventually he stopped having these kinds of conversations with people. He stopped helping other people with their problems, and he began to focus more on his own life and his own process and his own business and activities. And eventually he also began to notice that he oftentimes felt uncomfortable around people in everyday situations. And this was especially true if people were having a bad day, or if they were in emotional pain, or if they were upset about something. He just oftentimes didn't feel comfortable, or he felt even unsafe around people in these kinds of situations. And so little by little, he began to push people away, and he began to shut down. He didn't know how to handle it any differently. And eventually he pretty much shut down and learned to protect himself by putting up walls, emotional walls, and by holding people at arm's length. Well, if you haven't figured it out by now, that guy I'm talking about was me. That was me growing up. And fortunately, as I got into my 30s, I began to learn about energy. I began to learn about how to manage energy and to take care of myself on an energetic level. And so that's what we're here to talk with you about today. Here to talk to you about an energy tools class for coaches that my wife Lori and I are putting on. And we're really excited for it. The rest of this video is going to be some foundational information for you, just some concepts that will help you understand a little bit more about energy and energy tools and what they can do for you as a coach and what they can do for you in your life. Here I am with my overwhelmingly beautiful and talented wife, Lori Oberly Edwards, and it's going to be our pleasure, our joy, to guide you through this course together. So we're excited to talk about this, to teach you a little bit about energy today, and let's get started.
Hello everyone. Cliff and I are so thrilled to be able to share this work with you. And some of you know me as the Energy Mama, working at the shadow process, supporting people with emotional release. And some of you have said, how do you do that? How do you do what you do? And this is exactly what I use, is the energy tools that we're going to be teaching you and training you to use yourself. So energy tools for coaches and people professionals.
And the purpose of this class is to have you quickly and easily learn to manage your own life force energy, and also be able to overcome some of the challenges that often affect those of us in the people professions. Challenges like energy drain, exhaustion or burnout, over-responsibility. You take too much responsibility for your clients or their results. Enmeshment. What does enmeshment mean? Enmeshment is where your energy and somebody else's energy are all meshed together and kind of tangled up. These are all things that can affect us as coaches, as leaders, and affect other people who are in the people professions. Now, who are we? You've seen us already on camera, Lori Oberly Edwards and Cliff Edwards.
So what's our story? Well, since a very early age, both Cliff and I have been natural helpers, and we want to really be of service to others and help their needs. And we've always been really sensitive to moods, emotions, and energy states of other people. So much so that I remember many times as a child just feeling like my head was spinning. We were both unaware of boundaries and techniques for managing our energy. I would say that I was like an energy sponge. I was like a sponge. So I was like a sponge and really took on other people's energy and sometimes felt fatigued and just lost my energy for days. So I often felt overwhelmed. And Cliff and I both felt that way. We felt like that we were taking on the emotions and problems of other people. I often felt that I needed to pull away and isolate myself, and then we'd be accused of being cold or uncaring or aloof. So Cliff and I met at the Psychic Institute. It's a training program, and learned to use energy and become aware of it and how to function more effectively.
Now, as a people professional, as a coach, you've probably run into some of these things. And these are some of the challenges that we'll often encounter when we're working with clients or working in front of groups. And that is, as people professionals, as natural helpers like I am and like Lori is, we often like to do a lot and give a lot. We're very giving people, very out there people. The jobs and the roles that we play are important, and they're needed by the world. As coaches or as leaders, we're the constant object of other people's attention and their focus. They have their energy and attention on us when we're doing the work that we do. That's how it works. And we can often take on the energetic burdens of clients or of people in our groups, the people that we're addressing or teaching. And that can leave us feeling exhausted, drained, and overwhelmed. And you know, the sad truth is, amongst people professionals and even coaches, is that every year many people get burned out and they quit. They quit their jobs, they quit those important roles that they've had. So how can we support you? This is one of my favorite parts because, again, I'm a natural helper.
You'll learn to gain control of your vital life force energy and easily ground and center and prepare yourself. You can quickly rejuvenate and refresh and revitalize yourself as you need.
You'll learn to set and maintain clear professional boundaries and clear personal boundaries. You'll learn to explore new ways to think about and interact with clients. And that's important because energetically, the way that we move our energy and run our energy has to do a lot with the way that we think about and interact with others.
And you can see that results are ultimately the client's responsibility. So you can avoid taking on the stories and emotions of others. You can release and let go of low energies when you do take them on. Everybody does. You know, it's not that this is tools that you'll learn and do perfectly. It's tools that you can learn and use them as you need them. Everybody is going to take on energy.
I have to admit, that still happens to me on a fairly frequent basis. Even with these tools, I'll still sometimes take on energy from others. But the good news is, when I do, I know now how to release it quickly, how to just let it go and not have to be the effect of it for the next half an hour or 5 hours or 3 days or 2 months.
So what are some of the foundational concepts? We all have a life force energy that's in, through, and around us. And all of our thoughts, especially our emotions, exist at a certain energy vibration. So our life force energy, our thoughts, our emotions, what we make things mean about ourselves, are influenced as this biofield that exists in, through, and around us.
Everything in the universe you might even consider is made of energy. Energy at different vibrational levels. Being physical bodies or beings in physical bodies, we happen to be energy that's vibrating, these bodies vibrating at a fairly low and solid vibratory level.
So our energy field can be affected and influenced by others, as well as we can affect other people's energy field. So we're responsible for everything in our energy field.
Here's a good one. So if you take on emotions or you take on the burdens or problems of somebody else and they're existing vibrationally in your energy field, you're responsible. But the good news is we have the ability to manage and control what we allow into our energy field. And we also have the ability to manage and control what we remove from it, what we release and let go.
Okay, so what are energy tools? They're really just simple visual techniques that you can learn and implement on a daily basis. It'll help you become aware of your energy and the energy of others. And it's really designed to change the way you think and understand about how you use and manage your own energy, your own life force energy. So it gives you that ability to set clear, healthy, and useful energetic boundaries. It allows you to be responsible and take control of your energy field, as well as the effect you have on others.
So what's in it for you? Well, what's in it for you is that you can enjoy new understandings and awarenesses of how your life force energy works and how it supports you. You can get new and useful tools for managing your energy and yourself. And ultimately, you can have greater confidence in your interactions with, whether it's with clients, individual one-on-one coaching clients, whether it's standing in front of a room, whether it's being in a teleclass setting, or anywhere that you might be interacting with people. You can have confidence in knowing that you are in charge of your energy field and the way that you feel, and ultimately the way that you show up in the world.
And greatest of all is we're going to play together and have a great time. So we look forward to seeing you. We love you. And let's play with energy. Woohoo! So this concludes this first video, and we invite you to look for the second video that we'll be sending soon, where you'll learn to play with energy and feel energy and become aware of it. So we look forward to seeing you then. We're going to have some fun and see you soon.
Bye for now.
Bye for now.